Hey guys, Dr. D here, and let's talk about Over the Period. Where do we even begin? Let's start with a bit of a history lesson. Way back in DDRX2, there was an event called dr.d Action. It was pretty famous at the time, and it featured some of the hardest songs that we know today, including, of course, the ultimate challenge of Valkyrie Dimension, which was only accessible on Encore Extra Stage at the time. The sheer number of steps, the difficulty, the plethora of gimmicks, etc., 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 made this song almost impossible to pass. Mind you, this was on Encore Stage with the risky option, way back when risky meant goods killed your combo as well. So with his limited speed choices and all the other things I mentioned above, it was seeming almost impossible for anyone to ever even clear it. But eventually, after 115 days, someone finally beat it under those conditions. The longest of any boss songs to ever have been cleared in a similar fashion. And oh, let's not forget, shortly after being released on normal play, what happened? A challenge chart was revealed. And what was that challenge, you say? The hardest song in the game? Of course, it was the first level 19 to be released. A pretty fitting end to such a special event. So that brings us a little more to, well, today. So after 5 years at Konami Arcade Championship, the fourth one, Konami announced that they were bringing back Replicant D. Except this time, instead of being RDA, Replicant D Action, it was called Replicant D Ignition. Basically, after grinding out, and I mean frickin' grinding out the whole event, you finally got the 5 new boss songs. Some of them range from moderate to hard. And what shocked everyone was the Encore stage that was released. Egoism 444. A very difficult 17. I mean, I don't even want to call it a 17, let's be honest here. And it was boasting a 444, no, that's 888. A 440 BPM throughout most of the song. And it was pretty hard for anyone to pass it, especially at the time. With the gimmicks that they threw in and the sheer difficulty of the chart, it took quite a while for someone to even pass it. But what happened after someone passed it? No one could predict it. And I mean no one predicted that this was going to happen. Right after Egoism 444, I did it again, Egoism 440 was passed, an Encore stage appeared. And mind you, an Encore stage has not appeared since DDRX3, so having an Encore stage was already pretty shocking. And could you believe what the stage was? Max Period. Now, this is the fabled song, the fabled Max Period, that if it were ever to be released on an arcade edition, that would signal the end of DDR. So that was pretty freaking shocking at the time. And with players like me and a few others, we were at the same time sad as we were happy, because the profound sadness we felt was due to the fact that we thought that this was DDR's last breath. That was until Phase 2. To mix things up, RDI featured 2 phases. Phase 1, which was what we just discussed, and then Phase 2. And absolutely no one knew where we can go from after Max Period was revealed. So what happened? Well, after clearing Max Period on Extra Stage in Phase 2, we got what this video is about, Over the Period. Which, let's take a little break to talk about it real quick. I just want to share my 2 cents on the matter. So I could go on a huge different tangent and make an entirely separate video talking about Reinen and Egoism, Max Period, and Over the Period on all the significant meaning. And trust me, there's quite a bit of symbolism going on here. But I'll just say that what I think Over the Period stands for is basically, well, Max Period was the signal of DDR's end. So Over the Period means, well, we go over the period. Which just is my way of saying that we're breaking through that barrier. So Max Period was the limiting factor before, but we had to come over the period to keep going. And that theory holds strong considering we've been getting regular content updates since Max Period was revealed several months ago at this point. So what is over the period? Whew. Where do we even begin? It is already proven to be possibly the hardest event and challenge Konami has ever put forth to DDR players. It's way harder than Boss Rush SN2 or any other challenge you can name, because not only is it on Encore Stage on Risky, it's also on Perfect Full Combo or Die. That's unheard of. Well, yes, we did have that on X3 with Love is the Power Reborn, but come on, that was a 12. We're talking a freaking 15 here. Not to mention the limiting song options, the amount of grinding you have to get just to even play it once, etc., etc., etc. And it doesn't help that this is possibly the most gimmicky boss song they have made in several years. Although Basic and Beginner have been cleared, everyone's eyes and attention is on the difficult chart, and is that ever going to be cleared or not? I have 4 questions for you, and I'd love to hear all of your answers in the comments below. My first question is simple. Do you think in its current, important word being current, in its current state, over the period difficult single will be cleared? Comment below. Your second question is, do you even think anything will happen if it's cleared? Keep in mind, nothing has happened after Beginner and Basic were cleared. Alright, now we're going to make it really interesting for the next 2 questions. Why? Well, read the title of the video. I'm offering a giveaway. Dr. D's first giveaway. Exciting, isn't it? So for the first question, listen carefully. This is the easier one, by the way. What do you think will be the full chart ratings for the single and double charts? So you don't only have to guess single, but you must also guess correctly the doubles charts as well. So basically you need to tell me what will the expert and challenge of both charts be. If you're the first person to guess it correctly, you are the winner. Now the second question, the more interesting and much more harder question is, on what day will a difficult chart be cleared? If it gets cleared, which day will that be? Now you don't have to be exact. I'm going to go for whoever is the closest. If you're the closest to the actual date of it being cleared, you will be deemed the winner. A couple caveats. First, 1 comment per day. And you can comment up to 3 times. So basically you have 3 different guesses you can make on 3 different days. Anyone breaking these rules, even if you are correct, you will not be eligible for the prize. So don't break the rules. Oh, and for that first question, one more thing. Only 1 guess per person. Thank you. Alright, this video is already getting way too long, so we're going to cut things here. But hey, if you liked this video, show me you liked it. Hit that like button. Or even better yet, subscribe. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.